Hello, Tommy.
We're gonna look at a lot of portfolios
Mattia.
today.
Hope I'm pronouncing
Uh,
your name correctly, bro. Mattia or Mattia, I don't know.
I hope so too, bro.
Don't want to be
Give
in
me
trouble.
yes. Give me 1 second. I just need to rearrange my screens here. Um, but
No
guys,
worries.
welcome. We are what did you say? I'm about to drop a question bomb for you guys. Wow. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome to today's Creators Call. Today, as we have announced, we will go through a lot of different portfolios. I will need to keep this very short, not very short, but we will go just enough into detail for every single one that we got. But we need to keep this up. So yeah, we're gonna go through all of the portfolios you guys sent us in a second. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them, and
Uh,
I'm just gonna answer them
can I
whenever there's
mention?
time.
Can I mention something for that so I can want to organize this? All right,
Yeah,
guys, welcome here. We are having here around 8 people. Hopefully, more are coming right now. So basically, guys, as Lenny said, he will try to go through it and try to go to some details. Of course, not as many as possible to keep it within 1 hour or 1 hour and a half,
we
depends on
might
his
have to
time.
overdo the
Yeah,
1 hour,
which
but
is
it's fine.
fine. The most important thing, guys, whoever is going to have a review, like let's say if your turn is right now on the screen, feel free to ask between 2 to 3 questions maximum so we can move on. And after, at the end, when we finish all the reviews, feel free to ask more questions if we have time so we can keep it within the time frame. And yeah, and Lenny as well can have time to go through all the other profiles. We have around 8 9 profiles running, correct?
I think so. Yes.
Yes, so let's keep it that way. And yeah, let's just do
Awesome.
it.
Cool. Thank you for that, Aladdin. Thank you guys for sending in the portfolios. I want to share my screen. I want to have this not only as like I want you guys to have a takeaway, right? So whoever sent in their portfolios, I think we're going to do this more often. So whoever didn't send in their portfolios now has a chance for the future calls to do that. But what I want to do is I want to have this checklist. Let me know if you can see this, and I want to kind of have it in a rated system. Okay. So what the criteria are that I will be looking at and that I'll always be going over is the first look, overall appearance of the portfolio, right? This is very important. Not only is the content important, but also the overall look, because essentially what your portfolio on Instagram is, it's your digital CV. You just give it to someone and they just look at it, right? So that's your first look is very important. Strong first impression. Is there a clear niche or a clear identity that is identifiable? Is there a consistent visual style happening? What does the profile signal trust to me as a client? I'm going to put myself into the position of a client here. Um, what about diversity on content, visual stuff? What does it look like? Description, very important. And then we're going to talk about content, talk about pin posts, talk about the content you have on your portfolio, talk about your overall hooks, give maybe some feedback on what to improve content wise, talk about how what your individual style looks like. And then also, are you showing personality? Are you not showing personality? And what about call to action? Is there a clear call to action when I look at your content? Am I going to be like, yes, I want to know more about that person. I want to work with that person. We'll go over that. I'm going to rate it in points. Let's see how much sense that makes for the criteria. I just came up with this list right now, but we'll go through it together. And I'm going to start off with my portfolio, just to give like a quick example of what the criterias can mean. This is not, I'm not going to rate my own portfolio here. This is a bit stupid. But I just want to explain what I mean by certain things. Okay. So strong first impression, that's obviously a more subject, sub, how do you, what is that word?
Objective, subjective.
Not subjective, that's the word. It's more
Not
of a
yeah.
subjective thing. But overall, I think strong first impression is the first thing. Then is there a clear niche identifiable? I think you could see like on this one there's probably a lot of cars happening, a lot of automotive. Then is there a consistent visual style happening? I don't think we have to talk about trust. And what I mean by that is there, brand references happening? Is there What does your description say about you? Talk about your pin post. Does it look trustworthy? These kinds of things I want to look at, and then yeah, just kind of rate it with points. Okay. Cool. We have an order that we'll go through, and the first portfolio I'll be looking at, just to stay on track, uh, is John's, and I've taken notes for a few of them, not too much, but yeah, let's start. Let's start with criteria number one. What does the first look like? John's portfolio looks, I would say, pretty professional. When you look at it on the first side, I mean, it looks visually appealing. I would say there's a lot of his personal photos on there. Is it a strong first impression? I would say it's not like super outstanding. I'm also, by the way, please take all the things I say here not personal. Okay, this is just my personal opinion, and I want to be as transparent, as helpful as possible. So everything I say here, not as offense, but in order to hopefully give you some input and help you. Okay. So I think the overall thing with John's portfolio, John, for you, I think you're watching, is I know what you do. You do music, right? But does your portfolio scream that? Does it identify you as a DJ? Maybe with some of these pictures, but not necessarily, right? And I think when you think of your portfolio, this could also just be a portfolio of I don't know, an ASOS model, or someone who is just posting pictures on his Instagram for fun. This does not position you in a certain niche, in a way where it feels like you're actually trying to promote your own product, or you have your own product, right? I would not necessarily think that this is a DJ's profile, right? So I'd probably say, I don't know if we can keep the point thingy for everything here, but I just want to, I don't think I'm even going to start with the points. We'll just go through the criteria. I think there's too much work to, like, yeah, think of the points for each one. So strong first impression, I would say it looks clean, it looks professional, it does not look super outstanding, right? So maybe try to put in some more elements that make you look like a DJ and make it more outstanding. The same goes with does it have a clear niche and clear identity? I would say no. It looks, from the first side, just on the first page, also looking at your real tab, it looks a bit generic. It does not make you seem like the DJ I want to book for my next gig, for an example, right? Um, do you have a consistent visual style for the photos? 100%. I love the look of them. They look very professional. They have a cohesive color palette. It looks nice, but also they're not super diverse, right? They're pretty much like these photos, for an example, could be from the same day, from the same shoot, same outfit. So diversity, I would say, does not make the portfolio so interesting. Do you know what I mean? So maybe take a look at that. Would this portfolio make me trust you? I would say not necessarily, because the overall appearance makes you look, makes you look clean. It looks good, but it does not. If I were a client, I would not think that, oh, this would be the kind of person I would want to work with, because it does not really make your work, does not really elevate your work, these photos and these videos, right? Look at your thumbnails. The thumbnails could probably be a bit more out there. I think the feed has so much potential because you have so much content. And if you just take a look at the stuff that is in there, try to think of something that makes it, I don't know, makes it look cohesive and makes it look appealing to look at, because obviously people will see the content on their feed, but also they will look at your portfolio. And if your portfolio pops even more, you're going to have a much easier time to actually make people stay on that profile, right? Okay, before we go into content, I want to go into description. Does your description, I mean, it says that you are in Hanover, Germany, and there's your Spotify link in there. And it says that you're a music producer, and you have your threads ad in there. I think what I would be missing as a client would be a booking link funnel. If that's, I'm assuming that this is what you are after, right? You're a DJ, you want to be booked. So I would say that if there's like stuff on your portfolio, or a link to like how to, even just an email, right? it would probably help a lot to just convert more people and get more people in touch with you. So just having the location and a Spotify link, I think you could just add one or two more lines saying that I create music, a certain type of music. What type of music do you even do? I don't even know that by looking at your portfolio, right? I could probably find out by clicking on your Spotify, but that's another step I have to take, right? So make it easier for people to really get what you do right away. Um, Now let's talk about content, and then feel free to also just give your input, um, or questions, whatever. Um, Talk about content. Let's look at some of the latest reels. Okay, do you hear the sound for this one? No.
No.
Okay. Yeah, there's a song playing. It's a remix, I think, and John's dancing. And yeah, I mean it's a funny video. It does not give me any type of context, right? Does not get me anywhere, right? These types of videos can be, I think I know what you're after, is like it's probably one of the remixes of your song with you dancing to it. And these types of reels can perform and promote songs indirectly, but I think we're lacking some type of content here, has some type of caption context. If you had like a funny caption to this type of reel, and the dance itself together with the text would be funny enough for people to think, oh, this is cool, this could be a winning format, right? But just without context and just without the dance, I don't think it's getting you anywhere. Um, and then yeah, I think same with the other ones. I'm not going to look at every single one of those videos, but what I want to give you, John, is a little input and a little inspiration for the type of content you can do, because I think music is such a cool niche to be in. I don't know if you guys know this creator. This his name's John Michael. He's always on my For You page, and I'm not even producing music, right? But the way he entertains and the way he creates songs. So basically, what he does, he has this format where he just picks a random artist and he, creating a song in the style of Justin Bieber, and then he creates a song that sounds like Justin Bieber, and it feels like he's coming up with the lyrics and everything on the go. The video is 1 minute and 18 seconds long. It got almost 2 million likes. So do something about the stuff that you actually do. I know you've done a lot of 3D animation and tried out these kinds of stuff, topics, but how about you just focus on what you're actually good at? Which, I mean, you're probably also good at 3D animation. I've seen your stuff; it's amazing. But what is it that you want to become? Probably a successful DJ or some sort of that. So do content that gets people going. I looked at this person's portfolio just based off this reel. Looked at his Spotify, saved one of the songs just because I liked the type of content he did, and the song actually sounded good, right? So just format wise, maybe take a look at this person's portfolio, and there's a bunch of other ones of these people, but try to make your content revolve around um, your music is my main suggestion.
And also I would recommend to make the algorithm work for you. So search in your niche, people like search on the search engine in Instagram, people in your niche. So after 2 3 days of interacting with content like this, you will see all your feeds are just basically people who have gone viral in the music industry. So you
Yeah,
can replicate it. You can
there's a lot
replicate them.
of, I would say there's a lot of potential, right? I would say there's a lot of potential, and these types of videos do not make you a DJ. So try to maybe post less, but post stuff that is actually, worth posting is my main suggestion. Okay. I don't know if John's in the call. If he's asked, I'm not keeping track of the chat. If there's any question,
Johnny is supposed to be he's in the call. I saw him, but I don't know, he disappeared until now.
he
So John,
just,
feel free to write your questions if you have
yeah.
any, and Lenny will proceed. Okay, you can proceed until you write something.
All right. Um, Wait, what did he say? He said hello. Uh, I don't think,
Yeah.
did we miss a message?
No, no,
Don't
he
think
said
so.
hello.
I have a
Hello.
question. Wait. Yeah. Uh,
He just said hello, question mark. Do you have any questions so far, John?
yeah. I think we're just gonna go. Um, yeah, man. What did you say? Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Did you
man, did
see
you
my
see
latest
my
post in
latest
the
post?
win section? No, I have not seen it yet. Um, what is it about?
Let
uh,
me search it quickly. Yes, yes, yes. He's That's it. Wait, I'll send it to you quickly here.
Let me say producing new content on what I'm actually good at. Awesome, bro. So you don't even need my feedback. But yeah, I think you're heading in the right direction. And there's a lot of potential with your content. As a music creator, you can do so much stuff, but make it about music and make it clear for people to when they go on your profile, where are the headphones? I mean, they're here, but where are the microphones? Where's the studio? How do I know this person is a DJ? Where do I click to book him? Right? These types of things.
I
Awesome.
send you the link
Uh, cool,
in the
cool,
chat.
cool,
The
cool,
last one.
cool, cool. Yeah, I mean, he said he's working on new music, so um, yeah. Okay, let's go over the next one. I just want to try to give everybody enough time, like the same amount of time. So we'll go to Marlowe Pictures Limited.
Paul.
Yeah, what's his name? Paul Morris. Okay, so let's start again. First, start with a strong first impression. Does this profile stand out? I would say yes. The profile has a pretty strong first impression. I like the way you have structured your description. There's a good profile picture. There is some creative stuff happening on the feed that I think makes it stand out a bit. So I would say yes, it's a pretty strong first impression. It looks pretty solid. There's a website link to that when we're talking about description, right? There's a website. So when we click on that, we are instantly directed over to his website. The website looks professional. Everything looks pretty trustworthy, I would say. If I were a client, I'd be like, okay, this guy probably does videography and 3D animation, and he's also an FPV drone pilot. That's a big combo. Um, I would say when I look at the videos and first talking about consistent visual style, I think these 3D videos are pretty consistent. And then there's some photos that stand out a bit, but I would say overall the visual style is pretty much the same. You're using a lot of the same grading, and that I think, yeah, I like that. Um, you're also trying out text on thumbnails, which is great because this, instantly gives away what this is about. This is probably this is a side post, and you do some carousels. So yeah, also pretty diverse. I like the profile a lot actually. Um, and we'll go over the content in a second. But yeah, I would say overall, first of all, the first three, one, two, clear niche, identity, consistent visual style, trust, and diversity, and also description are pretty much ticked. There is some room for improvement. For an example, with the description, I would say um, what could be helpful is to directly have a. I mean, you have a website in here, and brands usually look at websites. That's true, but um, what I think is, you could think about making the step to getting in touch with you even easier by just including an email into your description. That's not a must, but even up here, where is the instant call to action button? It's probably up here at the contact page. So I have to click on that. And then, yeah, this is also something, this is yeah, I mean, it works. It works. It's a little funnel system. Um, and people can just put in their contact details. I would prefer, if I were a client, honestly, I would prefer an actual email address instead of just this form that I have to fill out. Just because I know that these big companies, they usually just reach out via email and do not want to be put into any database or whatever. But that's just from personal experience. I know people that do it that way, people that do the other way. But I would probably just put it in a clean email that makes it look a lot more professional, I think. Um, okay, cool. I think in terms of trust, what could be helpful if you have any cool references, putting, I don't know, some story highlights up here, and maybe some pinned posts that you're especially proud of. I think this can go a long way because the first thing I see here is a picture of you. because it's not pinned. It's one of the latest videos. So what could be helpful is to maybe include your best work on the top three pinned posts and not just one video. So the top row is filled with pinned posts. But that's just little things. Um, let's talk about the content itself. I think, yeah, we'll just have a look at a few of these videos. This is one of the videos. Oops, I clicked off it. So this is one of the videos, and yeah, there is some frozen. What is that? Frozen yogurts, iced coffees. It says it right there. Iced coffees coming out that billboard. Um, it looks pretty cool. I like the tracking is pretty clean. My suggestion in terms of like quality would probably be the grading. I'm not too big of a fan of this washed out vignette on the borders. I think this makes the whole thing not pop that much. And a bit less professional than I think if it was just plain and like had real colors. It's just a small thing. I think, but I also think this goes for the other ones because you can see it's a also subjective thing. But yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of this washed out black grading. Um, overall, I think for these types of videos, they look pretty artsy and they look great. But what I'm missing here is the context. What is this? What was this for? Was this a music video? Who was the artist? Who was the client? That proves that you have done work for them, even if it's not a paid project and more of a spec ad. What was it about? Give me something in the description that gives me context, right? I'm talking from a client perspective. It looks cool, but like without any context, this will not get me to be like, okay, this is crazy, right? If it was in a different format and there was like a description on it, and I'd say something like, I don't know, I've spent XYZ hours to create the craziest music video effects, whatever, then you would position yourself. You would position yourself as a visual effects artist that creates these creative music videos, right? And I think you do that for yeah, some of it. This is a good example for an example. Look, latest work for Scottish lesson with VO for the master. This was a biggie. Um, yeah, I mean, there's a company linked. There is you have reference. So also do that for the other ones. You can see like this is just what is this? There's no context given. This is just these types of videos. Yeah, are not super like trustworthy, I would say, because they're just a bit out of context. They look good, they look great quality wise, but they're just like, if I were a client, I would probably not be like, okay, I could be that. I want to work with that person. Um, and it does not always need to be client projects, because for an example, when you look at Neoliptos I already searched him up here. When you look at him, for example, because your profile reminds me a bit of his, um, style, because he does not necessarily put context onto his videos too. He, does these types of videos. And I know him and we've talked, and I know he gets a lot of brand deals just because his style is very unique and it's very artsy. But he also puts like a lot of like, descriptions on here and gives context for why he did it, how he did it, and yeah, I think this could be an inspiration for you maybe to like try out these things for yourself, um, and go into that direction. Also make the thumbnails a lot more consistent for him. Like he has this very unique, very consistent style over all over this profile. And you could do the same thing, starting with creating thumbnails that actually fit the format. When you look at it, why is there black borders on it? You could easily just put in a thumbnail that fits. That just makes it a bit more cohesive, a bit more professional, I would say. Yeah, so overall I think your profile is really good. I think you have a lot of potential with your content. My main advice would probably just be, put in more context, put in a clear call to action, and maybe yeah, just use a profile like Neoliptus as reference. I think having videography, 3D animation, and FPV drone pilots in there as terms is not as effective as, for an example, saying I create music videos or I position myself, because these are just tools that you're using, right? And if you're a 3D specialist, then you would probably just put 3D artist in there. But if you are a videographer, you're a 3D animator, and you also fly FPV drones, that's three completely different things. What is your overall niche that you're in, right? Where is your niche? And we talked about finding your niche, but I think this is the main point for your profile. This is my take on that. Um, Feel free to, if there's any questions, if he was even watching. I think we'll re-upload this call for everybody who couldn't make it today. Just so.
Paul is not in the call. I think he has some stuff to deal with, so that's why he's not in the call. He
Okay,
commented in the
cool. Then
post.
we'll
Yeah.
go. We'll go to the next profile, and he can have a look at it after. Um, Tasdeek, my dear friend. Um, Okay, let me see. All right, we're gonna start from the beginning again. Strong first impression. I would say it's pretty solid. There is some cohesive things happening. The color palette, I don't know if it's intentional, but at least for the first few posts, looks somewhat consistent. Um, I based off these videos, I would probably say, okay, he does something with cars. I see some BMW, I see some Audi, and I see some car showrooms, right? And then when I scroll down, um, things change. And we can see that there's a lot of different things happening. And I think, yeah, this is something that you could work on, Tasdeek, because you can see it for yourself. When I scroll, like I'm a client now, I go on your profile, I scroll down, and I'm like, what does that person exactly do? Right? Always ask that question. You say you're a digital creator, AI and motion specialist, from ideas to stunning visuals, video editing, motion graphics, AI art. It gives context, but it's not super cohesive, and it would not make me. Also, with these like text over the thumbnails, does not look very professional. I would change that personally. Um, yeah, same with the just overall. Try to think of like a color palette, or like try to find like thumbnails that work for you, that make your profile a bit more cohesive, I would say. Um that goes with this the trust category. Does this look super trustworthy? Honestly, I would say no. Just because like there are thumbnails like this on here, right? I'm always talking from a client perspective. Like we're not talking about these um, portfolios from like a personal. If this was your personal Instagram, which I think is a mix of it, probably, but if it's just a personal Instagram, go ahead, post anything you want. But I want to be the very judgy client here because I think this is the feedback you want to hear. So if I were a client, I'd be like, what is this? Why is there a tunnel here? There's no context. You could think about just putting text on there, giving context by putting on text there. And yeah, same with the highlights. I just don't think they add to your niche, right? They are pretty all over the place. There is arcade artwork, and there is my dreams. It's just I would not know what these highlights are for. Birthday vibe, and then there's another AI art piece, and then reflections, and then there's something about Islam. So I think decide on what it is that you want to put in your highlights. Does not need to be brand logos or like big companies if you don't have them, or at all, but just something that is a bit more cohesive. So mine overall, when we're talking about content, suggestion for you would be, because you do these edits, right? You do these car edits, and I think they're good, but there's room for improvement. I think that, like, they're a good start. I love that you do that. But think of the stuff that you really want to do, because they're pretty different from, like, you're not a traditional car videographer, right? And I don't know if you want to be. If that's the case, then try to post that. But I know that you are a lot into AI. So how about you just start building a personal brand based on AI? Maybe try to reduce the number of posts you have on your portfolio, because like stuff like this just you know does not look professional. And I know it's been now, it's you posted on April 2023, but just try to maybe reduce the number of posts, but try to make the quality stand out a lot more. And for an example, this type of video by itself will not perform. But if you give it context, and I know I always use the word context, but put context to your videos, not just post stuff that you think you made or tried out. Give context to it. Why did you create this? How did you create this? What tools did you use? You probably put it into the description, but why not make a video about how you created this type of video, right? And put yourself in front of the camera. That's a suggestion too. Personal branding. Put your face on your profile. You're a handsome man. You have a lot to say. So why don't you just, use that opportunity to like put this pretty face onto the thumbnails and make yourself become a AI creator that talks about new AI tools and how to create new cool stuff with AI. It's the easiest thing. It's popping a lot. People just want to see new tools. You're into that. You know what tools are coming. You try that out for yourself in your free time. Make videos about it. So yeah, I think this would be my main suggestion. And then, if that's your case, try to think of a service. What's your service? I don't think your service, what you're positioning yourself as a video creator. You have the link to motion creators, which is great. But also give an email. How do people reach out to you? I mean, it says DM for projects and collabs, but big brands do not want to do that. There needs to be another option. Other brands maybe do that, but not everybody wants to DM people on Instagram. It's always good to have an email there. So put an email, and then what is your service? What am I going to get from you as a company? Am I going to get car videos? Am I going to get AI improvements on my systems? I know you're also into engineering. Niching down is the keyword here. I think this is the main input from my side. And personal branding. I think you're just putting your face out there and talking about the stuff that you're actually excited about. Just like I told you, Aladdin, for your videos, I would say the same thing for you, Tasdeek. Try to get out there, talk about what you're excited about. Like honestly speaking, it has helped me so much, and I think, yeah, I wouldn't be at that point if I didn't step in front of the camera. It's not a must, but it's a no brainer for me, for you to do that. So yeah. Uh, please be brutal, bro. Yeah, I hope I'm not like, again, please don't take this. We're all adults. I'm not being personal here. This is purely based on my opinion, and I am trying to be as transparent as possible. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
Now I regret that I didn't put my link there.
You didn't want to be roasted?
No, I want to. Like, it's actually pretty cool, and that's why I regret that I did not give my link to you. So
It's not gonna be the last session
yeah,
for us to go over that. So we'll
okay,
definitely, yeah. I think there's more people that probably want to um
yeah,
talk about their portfolio, because if I could give someone my portfolio, like that's like this has helped me so much because when I showed my portfolio, and I will go over the next one in a second, because yeah, we're probably going to be a bit longer than that 1 hour, but it's okay. I when I showed my portfolio, and I was like basically starting out at like 400 followers, and I was talking to Paul, my type of sports here, and I showed him my portfolio, bro. He was like, take out this, delete this. I was posting like random stuff from, it was all over the place. So I know how that feels, because you're like, but this is cool work. This is also cool work. This is kind of cool. But like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But deciding to just delete everything that was out of what I was actually good at and specialized in was such a big step, because I felt like, okay, now my portfolio just looks a lot cleaner. And if you look at my portfolio now, there's only 24 posts on there. And if you go down, there's still stuff that I would probably take down now. But the what is this video? I could probably take this out, but I don't think it hurts. It hurts the profile, right? It's not something that kind of like. But you can see the development here. It's all over the place, and then even though it's only 24 posts, like there's still some development. So yeah, and this is a process. But I did a hard cut, deleted everything, not everything, but like everything that was just too random, and all over the place. So okay,
nice.
let's get back to it. Tommy, Yes. Okay. I just had to look at my notes. Tommy is amazing. Tommy has sent his video to me in the last call, and we looked at it already. It's this one. Oh, it's not this one actually. This is the breakdown for it, but I think it's. Oh, I didn't even see that one. Um, you said he spent this many hours to this crazy transition.
He is really into shoes.
He likes shoes. But this is the video we looked at, and
Yeah,
we already said this is so cool. The visual side of things. Before we dive into this portfolio breakdown, I want to give one thing that I noticed about this video, and that would be such an easy fix for you to do. And you should do that for the next video, bro. Please pick a different location than your
kitchen.
kitchen. Honestly, like there is like the effect is cool, but I am 100% sure no matter where you live, no matter what locations you have access to, you will be able to find something better than this kitchen. Um, and this is such an easy fix to do, but please, this is like, just makes it look way more impressive. And like, because, it's not only about the effect that you do, but it's also about the first impression. When I look at that video and I see a person walking in a, wait, dude, is it this one? Yeah. I see this visual, like, it's just the visual appearance of that image is just like too random, too messy, too not, where am I going to look, right? Um, but yeah, just a little input. Let's go over it super quick. Um, Strong first impression. I like the profile a lot. I think there is some. He's trying out stuff with like text on there. I see some maybe some inspiration here from Keanu. I like the visual side of things. You could see that this person is into just looking at the content is into creating video effects and creating video, right? Um, so I would say yes, strong first impression. Okay, it's good. It's there. Clear niche and identity, and I think your description pretty much sums up what people think of your portfolio. There is this number, which I don't know what that means. If there is a context to that, is that's your, it's just there. Um, Biostacking, okay. Editing and crypto. So what, right? uh, Again, going back to that context, but this is a reoccurring thing for all portfolios, and it's such an easy fix. Make it easy for people to understand what do you do. Why? How is this stuff on here connected to biostacking? How is this stuff connected to crypto? Are you trying to, sell me a course on crypto? Are you trying to market your editing, skills to me? Are you trying to make a cool video for me? It feels like, for me as a client, you don't really know what you do. You're just trying out stuff, which is okay. But when we're talking about like what clients will look at and pay for, it's not people that try out stuff and don't feel like they know what they're doing, right? You know what you do. You certainly do. You can create cool stuff, but your positioning is just not there. And I would not trust you if I was a client, just because like the photo here is not, if you are into fitness, and you probably are based on your profile picture, um, do content about fitness, but then there's this Jordan, and then there's cars, and it's just all over the place. So try to think of the stuff that you actually want to do, you're good at, and you want people to think of you, right? Uh, what do you want people to think you do when they look at your portfolio, and try to make your content fit that. So I would probably replace the profile picture. I would probably also replace the highlights. I don't know if this is connected to your work or if this is private. It feels like this is a mix between a private account and a professional account, which is a tricky combo because you are posting stuff from vacation. You're also posting like these types of video photos. You're posting this. How about you just create a new account and just post these types of videos? How about that? And then use the other one for all your friends and all that stuff. I think would be the easiest thing to do. I also have a personal account that I post those types of photos on. But I decided to create a new account, and you're not losing anything. So if I were you, I'd probably do a new account and repost those videos there with cool thumbnails from the beginning and try to keep that cohesive style. Um, okay, there
So
is.
far, what I understood, based on all the profiles that you have done, reviewing so far, the main common here is lacking clarity
Yep.
and lacking the niche or a clear niche or clear identification for
It's,
themselves.
I'm not gonna lie, it's the hardest thing to do to find when you don't know, right? And I
Yes.
understand. This is like it's so easy to say, but it's very hard to do. I have struggled with that myself. I know how it feels. I've been posting like stuff here,
Same
stuff
here.
there. It's just normal to have that. But it's, from a client perspective, when you think of your portfolio, because I had the same thing. I was like, why is my content not going viral? Why am I not approached by clients? But objectively speaking, my portfolio was just not there yet. It just didn't speak for itself, right?
Mhm.
And that is where you want to go. So I'm trying to like give you the input to really focus on that. So for example, for you, Tommy, create a new account, skip all the stuff that is on here, skip the 91 view reel of this sunset, and make it about this crazy shoot transition, right? Improve on the location, maybe improve a little bit on camera movements, lighting, color grading, but this will come as you do more stuff. I guarantee you. And having this type of content on there and then seeing what it has become after a year and how you've improved is so much better to just scroll down and see your progress. But it's been the kind of the same type of content. It's just gotten better and evolved, right? So yeah, that would be my suggestion. So Tommy actually sent a lot of questions. I will try to go over them before I keep talking. Try to go over them as good as possible. He said, "Is the audio?" Just prepare my question. I'll send them. Is the audio good enough? I can unfortunately not play it here. No, I can tell you right now, the way I my face went, no, it's not good enough. The music is too loud, and your audio, I cannot even hear if you're. I think we talked about this in last week's call too. It's I cannot even hear what language you're speaking. So I don't know what microphone you use. Sometimes what I do is I re-record stuff on this actual microphone and just dub what I was saying, just so the audio is more clear. This is really important because this will instantly make your video feel more professional or less professional. Even fuck all the location thing. Audio is so much more important. If the audio is like
Audio is
ooh, and
king.
if you go like this ooh with the audio, then there needs to be some adjustments for that. How do you manage to get your videos across many countries? I noticed that most people who watch my content is from Hungary but speak in English, so my views and engagement is pretty low. But when I post a Hungarian video, my videos did okay. Yeah, I mean it's okay to focus on just there's nothing wrong with creating Hungarian videos and being known in Hungary, for an example. But based on your content and based on what your skills are, I don't think you need to limit yourself to that country, right? But obviously, if you could probably become pretty big in that Hungarian niche in Hungary in Hungary because there's not so much competition as on the international market. But also, it doesn't really matter if your content is fucking sick and it impresses people, and you do it in English, you're way better off because people from all over the world will see it. But
And
it
most
depends.
importantly, have a clarity as well of who you
Yeah.
are and what are you doing.
Yes. So decide, is
Because
it
you
English?
mentioned,
Is it
you,
Hungarian?
because you Lenny mentioned before, like when you met Paul first time, and he told you the feedback, like, yo, bro, you're all over the place, and you're no brand is reaching out to you because you are all over the place. So I would say, Tommy, based on the feedback what Lenny gave, it's basically you are repeating the same mistake that Lenny used to do back then. So it's not about it's English or in Hungarian, but it's about having a clarity of who you are and what are you what you are doing. Are you
Yep.
selling crypto? Are you into fitness? Or what are you exactly? What are your videos are about? So, and
Yep.
after that, once you fix that, then we can talk about, oh, why it's not in English and Hungarian and etc. So I
Yeah.
don't think this is the main issue. You are focusing on the wrong issue. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
And
Next
also he's
question.
saying, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Also, this was on TikTok. On every other platform, my videos are getting 100 to 1K views max. Is there anything to overcome this issue, or just keep posting it? Will pick up. I noticed that my Instagram account is the worst. My videos were, bro. Honestly, I would tell you right now, do another account. Make a new account. It just looks too messy. And your Instagram, there is such things as shadow bans, but honestly, like having these types of videos on there, Instagram just does not know, just like I don't, what audience to put your content to. What is your content, right? And even like there's no secret formula. Obviously, there could be a shadow ban involved. I don't know, but I doubt it because at the end of the day, if you have a clearer, if the description is more, there's keywords in there, your captions have keywords in there, the visuals match it, like Instagram will know more where to play your stuff actually, and that will, it's just hard for Instagram, just like for me, to know where exactly to play it. I wouldn't know who to show these types of videos to, right? Who's Tommy? I don't know, Instagram doesn't
Um,
know. So
and also something I noticed, I think Tasdeeq said it before. TikTok tend to be more like not favoring this kind of edits and the crazy edits and all that stuff. They prefer those influencers like just open the camera and just start speaking and that's it. Like
yeah,
completely raw
it's more
content.
UGC content. Yeah, on
Exactly.
TikTok. But also,
While actually Instagram from the very beginning, from the get-go of the launch of the app, it was mainly about aesthetics,
yeah,
pictures, etc. And they kept it. It's in the root of that app, so it's still
yeah.
the same as it is. Okay,
Okay, he
so
said,
he has a
I
lot of questions.
yes,
I think we should proceed later at the end of the call.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah,
can take
yeah,
one more question for him, and then after
yeah.
that we proceed later.
Yeah, he said something about the banned Facebook ads manager. Honestly, bro, don't try to blame it on anything. Just make a new account and create good content. Like that's all I'm gonna say. Because again, there's so many things involved, but I what I promise you, if you post good content, cohesive content, consistent content for long enough, not even for long enough, bro. I've been posting like shitty content, all over the place content. As soon as I started cleaning up my Instagram, videos popped. So fuck the Mr. Beast thesis of your first 100 videos will not perform. That's bullshit. I have proof of it not being that way. So, I mean, he probably didn't say it in that context, by the way, but he's probably right with YouTube and all that stuff. But yeah, don't feel so limited. Okay, let's move on to the next profile. Thank you for sending that in. Alchemith visuals.
Alchemist.
Alchemith visuals. I think
I
I
hope you
have.
are here, bro.
I
I
hope
hope
so too.
Alchemist.
Can we just quickly? I would like to go over the profiles of people that are actually in the call first. So if he's here, I'll go over it now. If not, we'll go over it at the end. But I want to go over the ones that are actually waiting here in the call.
Okay, so Alchemist visuals. Are you here?
Yes. Five, four,
Ayman.
three, two, one.
Okay, put it at
All
the end of
right.
the tab.
We'll do it at the end. Okay, let's go off to Ellie Productions. Is Ellie Productions here?
Trevor. I think his name is Trevor Ellie. Ellie,
Trevor.
you're here. 10, 9,
Oh
8.
wait, Iman, that's your page. Okay, sorry. Then
Yeah.
I'll go over
Okay.
your stuff first.
Alchemist. Oh shit. Okay.
All
Sorry,
right, all
bro.
right, all right. I don't see my profile on the tabs. Yeah, we'll go over that in a second. So, Alchemist visuals. What's your real name? Iman. Okay, let me see what I wrote down. Your page looks amazing, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I like your page. I like that it's clean. It looks professional. Um, I wouldn't say it's like super outstanding. When I look at this thumbnail, for an example, it's not like it does not make me go like I need to click on this. Um, just because it's not so visually. This thumbnail I really like, this computer thing, but also, and I keep repeating myself, and I'm gonna try to not go category by category. But the main issue I have with your uh not issue, the only advice I would give you is your portfolio says it perfectly, the description. Doing what I love, sharing what I do, immerse in crafting a future feast. This means nothing to me. I am 100% honest. If that was there, or if it was something else, like it just does not tell me anything about you. I do not know if you're a 3D artist, if you're a video creator, if you are, what are you? Um, what contents? I mean, when I look at your content, I can tell you are pretty good at creating cool visuals, right? And you create these motivational videos. But um, I would probably, if I were honest, if I was a client and I saw that profile and I didn't know if that was even interesting to me, probably not even take the time to click on it, honestly. So do not underestimate how important a description is. There is no link. There is no way to even get in touch with you. And yeah, what is this? This is also maximize VC. I Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool. That's the thing. It looks cool. And if that's your art page, awesome. I'm always talking from a client perspective. My intentions first when I created this was to spread awareness in a cool way. I didn't think about business, but now yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it feels like you did not start this page to make a business from it, which is okay. But also, when we're in this call and you want me to review it, you probably want to make something more than just posting your art out there. Um,
He said
so
yes.
yes. So what I would suggest you do, all of you guys actually, because this is the perfect example of what what switching the mindset from a creator to someone who provides solutions. If you haven't checked it out yet, the videos are not all there yet, I know, but in the classroom tab of motion creators, check out the sell your skills ones, because I think you should definitely watch the creator versus solution provider, and also the finding your niche one. This, where I talk this about this a lot more in detail. But yeah, I would say you have the skills to create cool stuff, so make stuff that people want. um, by the way, don't, I just noticed that here, don't put captions down here, people will not see it. That's just uh it just doesn't work.
And it's annoying, honestly.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, just small things. But yeah, your content is great. Like, this video is fucking awesome, honestly. But it's art, and art does not necessarily always sell. If you want to make it sell, do do something about it. Make people want to buy your art, right? Put products in a cool way. I don't know. Do something about it. Context, niche, call to action, highlights. Your style, your skills are there 100%. It's just a matter of packaging it right. So yeah, that would be my my main my main feedback. I also have a video about why your skill is a product. You can also check that out in the community. Okay. Well, I think my mouth is gonna. I might have to get some water in a second, but yeah, we'll just hop over to the next portfolio, which is from Ellie. Do we have him, her in the call? Uh, uh, uh I don't know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5, 1.5.
All right, we'll move
One.
that to the
Okay,
back.
move that then. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, Siva. Photography. Is Siva here? Siva Yanduri. I feel like
I
uh,
remember this. I remember that was a guy who's taking photography.
yeah. I mean, honestly, like I don't even know if he's here or not, but the photos look great. But honestly speaking, like I'm not trying to repeat myself here so much. I think you can tell for yourself. Look at the criteria. Look at what is on here. I know I can see you're a photographer. Your photos look great. I would probably book you if I wanted to get like, you're based in Germany. Okay, where? Like this is very specific. I probably would book you for a, I don't know, photo shoot for my wedding if I were to do one pretty soon. Or I don't know, do a if I was a ballerina, I would probably book you for, I don't know, dance photos. But where are you? How much you cost? How can I contact you? That's the only information I need. Like that's honestly it when I am looking for a photographer. Where are you? How much you cost? And where can I contact you? It's all not there, and that's sad because the photos look great, but I don't think he's here. So I will go over to the next profile. Is Anton the next one? No, I think
Yeah,
Ali was
this
the
one.
next one.
Yeah.
Ali. Ali is great, man. Is Ali here?
Yeah, Ali.
Ali. Uh,
Not
uh,
sure
uh,
he is here.
honestly, but I just want to share my super quick. I'm not gonna go super deep into detail, but I think for Ali, um, he's. I mean, you can tell his stuff is already working. Like he's got 50,000 followers. That's great. He's has DM for business, VFX course. He's even has his own course, bro. And I not talk anymore. Even has his own course. So he already knows what he's doing. He's already pretty professional, like skill wise. I would say he's there. I think thumbnail consistency could be a bit more, maybe a few more brand references, students' work, Houdini chat. Um, I just feel like people don't use the highlights potential enough. I mean, obviously, I don't understand what it says here, but
He was
yeah,
basically testimonial. These are
okay, that's
testimonials
that's
because I read it.
testimonials. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense for him to talk about his course. But also these could look a bit more professional. But bro, honestly, like you probably get brand collapse. You probably get your work done. So I don't want to sit here. Also, since you're not even here, make it a bit more cohesive. But honestly, you're almost there. You are there. You are. It's working for you. So I don't want to give too much hate on that. Anton, bro. Honestly, I am mad. That video was sick, bro. Honestly, I am so pissed that this didn't perform as it should have because it's honestly so good. And when I saw it, I was like, damn. Um, but yeah, let's start from the beginning. Anton's page is very he's starting out. Anton, by the way, best person. Super talented guy, and he's starting out. But same for you, Anton. I would probably include a link to get in touch with you, even though I do not want to lose you in my circle. And I know if you work for other brands, they're probably gonna have less time to work with us. But obviously, from a business point of view, include a link to your email, whatever it is. I would probably also one thing I would change up your profile picture, bro. It's very it does not pop a lot. It does not look super professional. It looks clean, but it's very plain. It's super small on your screen. It does not stand out. I don't know if you're the type of person who wants to be in front of the camera. If not, that's also okay. Maybe think of rebranding your logo a bit, make it a bit more, make it a bit more clean, right? And a bit more so it pops more. If you want to be in front of the camera, bro, put your face on there. Honestly, um, yeah, this type of video you on your portfolio, I think you've already tried it here. It looks, yeah, that's what I was suggesting. Like put in um these videos. It's I can see where the inspiration comes from, probably from TJ Arts. It's yeah, these animated song lyrics. It's cool. Honestly, I would not give too much feedback on that motion graphic because the motion graphics looks amazing. Honestly, bro, you can see how your views started to get better from the beginning. keep posting, man. Honestly, I don't want to give too much feedback on that because you're just starting out with posting content. Um, Try to post more of the motion graphics content. Like you will get a shit ton of commissions from people pretty soon, which I know, which is yeah, I'm aware of that. That will happen. You are getting there. It will just be a matter of time, honestly. Um, just keep posting, post more BTS. I mean, personal branding is always great. I don't know if you want to do that, put your face in front of the camera. You don't have to, right? There's more than enough examples of people that don't put their face in the camera and in front of the camera and just impress people with their skills. 100% doable. People look for a good editor. There's Anton, who has a better profile picture, who has a um, cleaner description with a call to action, with more videos on his page in different formats that he tries. That Anton will get a lot of commissions. 100%. Um,
Sick. I'll keep posting. Nice.
awesome.
All right. You can go to the next one.
Cool. Wow, we're really just sprinting through this. um,
I think
okay.
this guy from the free motion creator, the free version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Prakash, is he here?
I'm not sure. Parkash, are you here? I don't think so.
Okay. I still wrote down some stuff here that is his stuff looks like his page looks nice, but same thing. I don't know what he does. Like it says hashtag love to travel. Great, me too. What do you offer? I yeah, same thing. Um, I feel like this is a thing that also the videos perform pretty well. This is a thing that you've realized as you heard me talking a lot, understanding for yourself what it is that you do and really trying to nail it down and just putting out that stuff is goes such a long way because yeah, I cannot even tell you how much it has changed my account. I mean, yeah, a shit ton. I can show you the before and after if you want someday. But honestly, it's such a important thing, and almost every single one of these portfolios, I think, can improve on just niching down a bit more and making it a bit more. I need to click on this portfolio and be like, okay, this guy creates visual stuff. He works with brands. He does something outside the box that pops. Like, I'm not talking about my portfolio here, but like, this needs to be the reaction you need to have when you look at your portfolio. And if that's not the case, easiest thing is clean up your portfolio, really focus on the references that you want to have on there that you want people to see. It's sometimes better to have less than too much that is outside the box or too different. That's my main impression of where a lot of people struggle, which I understand because it's one of the hardest things to do again. But yeah. um can I
Cool.
send a profile of my friend and you make a review? um Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's
Let's
do.
finish the last two. I think there are two more left, and yeah, we can just let's finish them quickly.
Okay, we'll do two more, and then Mattia, you can send another
You can send your
portfolio.
profile friend, yeah.
Mm,
Also, I'll send mine here in the chat. I send you the link.
okay. All right. Ellie Productions. Did we talk about this one? No, we didn't talk about that one. Um. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, this is an example of someone who it's it looks like a company account, right? There's not just one person, and they are based in the Bay Area. They specialize in Christ-centered films, I guess, and they are specialized in launching established businesses into a creative domain. This is very specific. I know what they do, and when I click on their website, it looks like they have worked for other people. There is a clear call to action, and I click on it. I can put my company details here. This is an example of just this top area looks very trustworthy. I would say they have a clear goal. They have a clear topic they do, and the main advice I would give is probably changing up the thumbnails a bit so they look a bit more cohesive. Because when you look at an agency account, right? An agency account is usually supposed to be very clean, very professional. And with this, it looks a bit all over the place. Look at the grading, look at the difference in color. I want to give a good example of a cool, just because based on their website, they probably get their commissions. They are probably known in the Bay Area, and for them, this is more of a, more of a good CV where people can just look at their work, and it's basically another form of a homepage. And I want to give a good example for a cool feed for this is just an example, right? But this is what an agency can also look like, right? This is clean. This is very aesthetic. This is one cohesive style. Their website looks. This is the brand of one of my friends, and the website is just very, 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 very professional based. Like it, you can tell that they know what they're doing, and I think this is where you guys could probably also improve a bit is by just enhancing the thumbnails a bit and making it less all over the place and more cohesive. Um, but yeah, great job. I think the description is very good. I think yeah, the portfolio looks pretty good. So also one more thing I want to add to that, and then we'll go over the next ones, is when you have this agency, right? The content itself that you're producing for people is probably not that interesting. I can tell you right now that this reel, I don't know what they're I don't know what they're saying, but this is probably not the type of reel that people would see and go like, "Whoa, this is the craziest camera work we've seen," right? Or the event that you're filming is probably not the type of social media content people will go crazy for. But what you can do is, as maybe an inspiration, I don't know if you know the account of Respective Collective. Um, you're also an agency, and they do these festival gigs, and they also do content of themselves. So when they're at a festival, they have these different formats where they ask, what type of equipment are you using? This is just an idea for content, right? And then they do little skits about it. Like their account just works, and they're booked all over the place. So when you look at this, for an example, you guys are always at festivals. God forbid we like to create FOMO. And this is not even about the festival or the work itself. This is about the agency. This is a form of like presenting themselves online, where they actually show personality. They show that they're a team. They show faces. This is another way. But you could go in so many. But overall, more consistency, I think, will help you guys a lot. Cool. Wow.
That's all.
That's it from my side. Yes.
Okay, I have sent you my link, and also after my link, you'll see uh, couple more.
Okay, Patrick
But
and
Tasdeeq has a question quickly.
okay.
I have noticed that the moment I started with my car content, my profile started doing a lot better. I've
Mhm.
started moving into the thousands, still under 10K, but it's getting better though. How would you suggest that I do both video content and AI? It's really difficult because I am passionate about both.
Does the car content pay right now? Do you get money through making these types of videos? And you said you're passionate about both. Okay, that's cool. So why don't you? Because honestly, bro, I'm gonna be completely honest. This video is cool, but it's not something crazy innovative. It's something that we have seen. It's car. It's these types of edits. They're cool, but how about you start creating content with cars, but with AI? Try to mix up. This is what I mean by niching down. Try to mix up the stuff that you are passionate about and make it something new. This is where you will, I think, benefit a lot from, because we were having this conversation about, what is your niche? How do you find more than one niche? How do you have more than one niche? And I'm going to tell you right now, this type of edit and this type of dancing uh, guru guy here will not go hand in hand, and they do not mix. But what if you use the tools here to create a car porn or a car video that is different than this normal car porn, because you have the tools, you have the AI stuff, and then you also talk about how you did it, and you show some personal branding. That way, you're combining everything at once. You see that car content is working. You know that you're passionate about video creation. You also know that you like, just, you get my point, right? But yeah, just posting the two and just posting one thing here and posting one thing there, and they're not really connected, will not get you super far. So what did you say? Check the previous video. What previous video did, I don't really know. Ooh, is this the one? Uh, no. Is it this one? In at the BMW after the Rolls Royce. This one. Okay, power, precision, performance. Uh, yeah. I mean it. I like it, bro. Honestly, it's good. Um, but again, here, because I want to like just give you an input on how to like step out of that, do something new, right? This is essentially what you want, because I feel like you could create something so much more impactful if you were to combine certain elements. And I don't know how, this is up to you, but just like what my feedback will be, and then we'll go over to Aladdin's portfolio, is try to find an in between, or at least focus on something, right? For me, I could have done 3D animation, I could have done videography and event, but I decided to put them both together and create something new out of it, right? As an inspiration. It does not need to be car videos with AI, but I use AI for some VFX. That's awesome, bro. Make a video about how you did certain VFX with AI. Help people share value, but make it about the same cohesive thing, which is AI. Oh my God, I've been talking so much. I will go over um, I will go over Aladdin's portfolio, and then I will go over the other one.
Khalid and then Mattia.
Yes, and then I have to draw a line because yeah, we've been talking. We'll redo this kind of. I would love to do that again. This is so brilliant advice. Thank you so much, and I'm 3D designer. There you go. Okay, Aladdin. Uh, Wait, I have not. You posted more videos than the last one since the last one you showed me, right? This was the one you showed me.
Yes, that was the first one, and then I posted two after that.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Before we talk about content itself, overall appearance, I would say looks. Let me just read that real quick. Aladdin Uni helps college tips, helping students make smarter choices at uni with my content. A guy who attended three different unis. I think we're missing something here.
Universities, but
Yeah.
unis.
But there is no S.
Ah,
uh,
ah.
then the email, follow for smart choices. Okay, that's pretty much what I mean by, like, I get what he does now. Like, if I would probably, yeah, I understand what you do. How you help students, and you are the type of account that a student would probably follow to get more input. That's pretty good. Then overall appearance, what I love about your portfolio, bro, is that you show your face. You are doing what I mean when I say and talk about personal branding. Like, you are out there. You are, talking. This is great. And I would say, just, in terms of like cohesiveness, it's pretty much there. You could think about maybe changing up the background, but also doesn't need to be. Maybe that's part of like the whole style. It does not always need to be completely different backgrounds. It can also just be, yeah, this looks more UGC, right? I
Mhm.
remember us talking, and please remind me, is this the first video that you did after we were talking?
Yes, yes. That's
Okay.
where I wanted was that's where I told you
Yes.
like, okay, I'm gonna combine all the editing skills that I have been learning and
Yep.
etc.
Yep.
etc.
Yep.
and then
Yep.
put it
Yep.
all together.
Yep. 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 Yes.
Because the
I.
previous ones looks, to be honest, to me looks kind of shit, you know. And at the same time, after I did like a little bit of research, I noticed that no one in this space does what I am doing right now in terms of the editing and so on. So it's
Mhm.
quite different level, I
What
would
I
say.
love is this. Why Yeah, this is what I mean. Like this is almost a short film. Like there's like different sceneries, there's different like storytelling advice. You're sitting in a park, you're sitting in front of like this is probably not a university, but it just fits the student lifestyle. It just fits the whole vibe. So I would say in terms of like setting, visual appearance, content style, keep that. That is what we talked about. This is exactly what I think will be the winning format for you. Only thing I think will take some time and you can improve on is just overall pacing, maybe some few tweaks on editing, camera movements, maybe making a bit more snappy, a bit more like faster paced, cutting out um some blank spaces in between. And yeah, just by like this type of shot is awesome. So keep that pace, keep that energy, right? It's not only about the first few seconds, but keep this, like I would be hooked. And you can tell like this video performed not necessarily better than the other ones, but like just wait, this which one's the one? This one's the one.
Yeah, yeah.
But look at like this is the type of cinematography, if you want to call it that, and
Hmm.
angles and like creativity that I think you should focus on. And I would say, bro, honestly, if I were you, as I don't know if you know him, but look at it's one of my biggest
Gox,
inspirations. You
yeah,
know, Gogs,
yeah.
bro. There is so much you can take as inspiration. Just think of him as like your mood board. Like this just reminds me of him. Does not need to be your style, but just this guy is incredible. Honestly, like I am. Yeah, there's very few people that impress me as much as this kid. But yeah, just overall, I would say keep this type of storytelling. Make the story a bit flow a bit more, but this will take a few attempts and then you'll get a feel for it, I think.
When you
Look at
say pacing, you say like
Yeah,
I talk a little bit faster, or what do you mean by
yes,
pacing?
talk a bit faster, cut out some blank spaces, use a bit more dynamic zooms. You can I am not listening to what you're saying right now, but um you overall show not tell. When you say you've attended 3 different universities, put in pictures of you being at this university. Try to put as little um just plain footage and talking head
Hmm.
as possible. This works for a certain type of content, but when you're actually telling a story about your life, show not tell.
Fair
And
enough.
this is, I would say, for most storytelling, the case. And yeah, I didn't see that one. I
I
yeah,
actually the hit one, the one I
yeah,
saw it online. I saw it somewhere. Someone has done it. It was like
yeah.
with the bat. I was like, okay, let me repeat that. It's like
Yeah,
it's not
awesome.
bad.
That's what I mean. Try out different things. Try to make the talk. Oh, this is the puzzle thing that we talked about. Yeah, try to make
Yeah.
the yeah, just try improving. I think honestly, like there's so much you have already that you want to try. Try it. Try to improve it for the next one. Try to make the pacing a bit faster. Show not tell. Keep that in mind. Show not tell when you talk about something that is not super visual or talking and walking very for at least 5 seconds here will probably be less engaging than just
Hmm.
snappy picture. Um, But yeah, bro, honestly, like I love I what I like about your profile is you have a direction, you have a topic that you want to talk about, and you can just fully expand yourself in either direction within that topic. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Can
think
you?
you are, yeah. Anton said
Thank
try out
you.
some new angles as well. 100%. Try out some creative angles. Try out some low angles, some maybe wide angle when you're looking like this. Maybe do some selfie video. I don't know, bro. Just be creative. This is what I mean. Like
Just
this, and
trying, yeah.
yeah, and not stress too much about whether or not this is crazy edited. Sometimes it's just a cool angle. Sometimes, it can be a cool way of talking. You have a great personality, bro, and show it. So I
Thank
don't
you.
think you have to stress about it too much. And honestly, like with this new format, I mean, and also you don't have to stick to one format. You can also just do a video of you with a selfie, complaining, talking about something like
That's what I have done before, but
yeah,
apparently it did not really work that well. So that's why I'm trying this format.
I mean,
These are the fun one, the POV shit.
yeah.
Oh shit, I look like a terrorist in this video. Oh my god.
Nah, bro, look handsome. I think
Circle.
you could yeah, just don't feel so limited. I think you could still do this kind of content, just maybe a different angle, maybe a different,
Mhm,
maybe different. Like it's not always about, okay, this video didn't work, so that format I will skip. Sometimes
mhm,
it's a matter of trying this format for a few different times, and then you hit a right note, and then the topic hits, or the joke hits, or whatever it is, right? Um,
mhm.
but as far as, yeah, I honestly would say, I would, if I were you, I'd probably focus on these types of videos and make them even cooler. And because you have a passion for filmmaking and editing also, so
Mhm.
um, I would probably combine that. Don't let your creativity
Okay.
get lost. Okay.
Okay, let's take one question, then we go to the next profile. Anton says, "Do you pay attention on when to post daytime? Do you think that matters a lot in order to go viral?"
Honestly, no. I do look at the time and I look at what the best time would be. I try to not post at 1 in the morning, or yeah, I post at 3 my time. That's just because my followers are most active there. But honestly, yeah.
There is someone who said something about this, and I really loved it, and I agree 100% with him. And even I noticed with my previous clients who like got viral some videos.
Hmm.
Honestly, it doesn't matter what time or day you post, because if a good content is a good content,
Hmm.
it's gonna go viral no matter when are you gonna post it, and how much are you gonna post it. A good video will go viral eventually. And regarding the good timing or whatever that you see on your profile, like if you go on the analytics and you see the best time to post or whatever, those data is based on your current followers. So it doesn't mean that the non-followers are active on that time. It's not necessary. It's just your own followers. But usually, as a general rule of thumb, if you want to call it that way, you can post between 2 p.m. and 9 or 10 p.m. So
Honestly,
within that
bro,
time.
I want to give my take on this because I've had this conversation so many times and so many people have had put their take on it. Honestly, what I suggest you post at the best time possible, just because, or I post at the best time suggested, just because when the video doesn't perform, I don't sit there and be like, oh shit, maybe it was the wrong time, right? This
Ah,
is like, just, I know that it's not the reason, but people say this, people say that. Just post it when the best time is. Just like it doesn't matter if you post it now or if you post it in 3 hours or if you post it today or tomorrow. Like that doesn't really matter that much. But for me, what matters is how I feel about it. If I sit there and think, oh, it should have posted it in 3 hours later or 3 hours before, maybe it would have performed better. I just don't want to have that thought. If it doesn't perform, it doesn't perform, and it does not change the time. But I just skip
you
that
have
hassle
that
in my head
comfort.
because I know that I have that hassle either way. I don't know what the right answer is. Nobody knows what the right answer is. Just post it
Yeah,
at the best time,
that's a
honestly.
very good point. Yeah, that's a very good
Yeah.
point. All right, let's go
Um.
with Khalid. He sent his
Okay.
link, and then Mattia,
All right. And then that is the last
and
one
then
for
Patrick.
today. Patrick, two. Okay, three more.
Yeah,
Let's go.
three more. Those are the three, and that's it. No more questions, guys, please.
Yes. Yeah, this is a longer session. Wait, which one is it? Is it
Okay, let me send it to you. Let me resend them all
this
to you.
one? Call it.
Yes, this one, Khalid, for visuals.
Okay,
Yes, this one.
Reels, TikToks, Shorts, scroll stopping edits, DM for to collaborate or email. Okay, he looks like someone who does edits for people. Let's see. This is yeah, it looks pretty good. DM for details. Again, here I would probably I'm deep diving into the stuff right away, but like DM for details, I would probably give a bit more context to what this actually is. Because this is probably a client project, right? This is not you, if I understand correctly. Client asked for $10 edit. Um, I think he understands the idea to like post the same edit in different formats and tries out different angles. He's not putting out his face there. Overall appearance of the account is pretty professional, I would say. It's pretty cohesive. I can instantly tell that he's about motion. Did you want to say something?
No, 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 no. Sorry.
Oh, okay,
Oh
okay.
shit, the mic was open. Off.
No worries. I think you can instantly tell that he's into motion creation. That you can tell that he's doing content, and I would honestly just think that with this in mind, you have the Gmail here. Everything is in there. I think the overall thing you should focus on right now is maybe trying to do more edits and up the quality, have more reference. Um, this I'm going to tell you right now, this format here is too long. This is a few seconds of a not so appealing image. It's uncentered, it's not that appealing, and there's no visual element that hooks me within those 2 seconds. I would probably scroll past it right away. um just do more edits, bro. Honestly, do more edits, do more of these types of videos for people. Try to not worry too much about like, I think your quality is almost there. It's really good, but like there is like, push the next 20% and you will get a lot more. I don't know if you get a lot, but I suggest you 20% better edits will give you at least 50% more clients. Um or even more. Um that is my take, because the profile, honestly, you know what you're doing. Maybe I would probably include some highlights, some testimonials, some brand references, whatever it is. But yeah, just overall, try to focus on improving the quality, upping the quality over and over. New edits, new stuff. Um, um, okay, let's. Let's go over the next one. Which one's the next one? I was just distracted by Patrick. Patrick's the next one. Oh, okay. Wait 1 second. He said something about his profile. Um, copy. Boom. Here we go. Um, having heard all the valuable input you've given to all participants' profiles and knowing that I'm nowhere near their personal branding goals set in the course, unsure I would ever go that way too. Not everyone is camera worthy. I would be more interested on your takes on the aesthetics of my work. Okay. Um. Oh, okay. Let's talk about the aesthetics. Okay. Let me just try to get a feel for what it is that you do, Patrick, within 5 seconds. Okay. He is Fleeting Moments to Joe Creative. He has a portfolio that I will look at, and this is something about globally oriented perspective and diverse expertise as a standout creative, from decade long goals in airline presentation management to Okay, I know you want me to go over the aesthetics of your work, but I always want to understand right away what the people do, no matter if it's about a business or if it's about an artist or if whatever it is. I always want to get a feel for that. So that would be my first take. Um, fleeting moments, digital creative. Okay. I assume you create videos and take photos is what I would say from looking at your profile for the first. Yeah, you probably do photos. Okay. Let's look at a few videos here. The aesthetics. First thing I want to say is I like your overall aesthetic of your profile. It's very clean. I like the color palette that you have. I like, even though those pictures, your style probably developed and changed a lot, but overall, I would say like it's very clean. It's very bright. It's not like so it has these white borders on the lower one, so it looks pretty cohesive. I like that. But I want to look at this drone video real quick. Um, he said, "Yeah, I like the reflection on the thing there." I would say this is probably a after movie for an event that you filmed, I guess, which looks very clean. It fits your other work on your profile. It's not crazy edited, but it doesn't need to be. It's probably just a way of showcasing your work and putting it out there. And when someone wants to see something from you, you can show it to them on your Instagram. That's totally fine. And I know you're probably aware that this is not a content piece that will go viral, right? But I don't think it's meant to be that. So yeah, quality wise, no no feedback, no uh improvements on that. Like the aesthetic here, man, you definitely have an eye for aesthetics, bro. Yeah, not too much to give feedback on. Honestly, I like your style. I like that you. I don't know if that's you. It's probably you. I like your beard. I like that you do what you do for the. You probably you seem to do that stuff for the craft for it and also for the the love for the work, which is great. If we were to talk from a business point of view, I would say make it more clear, make it more unique, make it more you. um, but yeah, that's just my input. Make it more nichey, make it more, this is what I would say to someone who's asking me to create a personal brand and grow, because that's what I would say I would specialize in. But yeah, clean work, bro. Honestly, no, looks very professional. And let's go over the last person, and my head is already, yeah, I can feel my head is like becoming a sponge. I need to drink some water in a second. But last person, okay. Wow, we're ending with a good one. It's on our native language. Yes, I assumed that that was not English. This is, wait, is that Slovak?
What's that language? I don't know.
Is it Slovakian? Is it? Ah,
Serbian.
Serbian.
Ah,
Ah,
Serbian.
okay,
I had a feeling that, so just came back
uh,
from there.
oh shit. Okay, my bad. Okay, I will not understand what it says here. Is there a way I can translate it on my on my desktop? No.
On your phone, you can. I think on your
Yeah.
phone you can translate it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I assume that it says something about I okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna try to yeah, without
Or
knowing the
if you,
language.
if Mattia can translate it for us, then that would be great, and you can go through the rest of the stuff until Mattia translate the rest for us.
Yes, let's go. Matthias sits in front of the camera, which is great. He puts himself out there. He has a contact page, which is a Discord server, I think, which uh Next Gen community is a community of people that you can join. Here's what clients say. Um, there's testimonials in person, which is awesome. This is really cool, by the way. If you get like testimonials of people filming themselves with a selfie, awesome. Um, yeah, great that you have in there. So much more personal too. I will have a look at the videos that you do real quick. Um, a lot of talking heads, um, a lot of motion graphics, and I assume that your service is about that too. Let me just, before making any assumptions here, he said, my first 10 steps
Okay.
to first money in videos edit with my help. 10 business with 10K with my knowledge. DM and start your first steps. He's making his
His own
course.
course, yeah.
Wait,
He's trying to make his own course.
wait, who? Oh my God, this is the profile of your friend. I was confused. I was like,
I
wait.
knew it. That's why I left you. That's why I left you
I
alone.
was like, what is happening? Who am I talking to, bro? My brain
Oh,
is not
oh
working
my god!
anymore.
I felt you
Damn.
will include that line, and you will think
Yeah.
that line is part of the description. That's why I left you,
Yeah.
just to see you
Yeah.
fell in that shit.
I was like, what? Okay, so this is your friend. Okay. All right, got it. Cool. Okay, so he is my honest feedback, bro, is he's basically I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's great. It's good. Like it's out there. It has a niche. It's very much one topic. It's just not super outstanding in terms of you know quality. First of all, it's good quality, but it's not outstanding quality to a level where I would say, wow, this is very unique. Um, it looks very trustworthy, and I would probably book him if I was looking for a good editor. I would probably think that he might be a good pick. And if that's part of his business, that's great. What I don't think is that what he said is my first steps to making money 10 plus businesses with 10K followers on my knowledge. I don't know if I understand that right, but this is not, I mean, I would say try to make something a bit outside the box. These talking head videos, these we've seen this a lot. This looks good. This looks great. Like, and I would say that this is more than enough for someone to be like, yes, I want this person on my team. I want this person to edit my videos. 100%. Um, I'm not sure if this will be enough to be like, do you remember this one guy I've seen on Instagram? It's this guy who always does XYZ. What is that XYZ, right? But it doesn't always need to be that. So, um, yeah, depends on what he wants to do. I think since I don't understand what he says on any of these, I would probably say try to make videos that are a bit more unique, maybe a bit more unique angles. Don't just sit there and talk like this. Find some unique angles, make something out of it. He has the skills, 100%. Make it more unique a bit. But overall, profile structure, everything is there. So, yeah, that would be my take on it. And I need to draw a line now, honestly. I am uh, very happy that we had so many contributions today. Thank you, Elodie, for collecting all these. Thank you guys for sending them in. I would love to do this again with maybe even better structure because this was the first test run. I think was great. But yeah, for the future, no, it was definitely not the last one. I think we'll upload the call after. And yeah, if you have any questions, guys, please feel free to ask them in the community. And also feel free, especially for this topic, this is exactly what I talk about in this Sell Your Skills course. Because if you haven't checked it out, we'll announce it big time, everything, but you can already have a look in it. And feel free to also share your feedback on it. I would love to hear what you guys think. And if there's any other topics you would like to talk about, want me to talk about, for an example. Cool. I think, yeah, what happened in the future, we'll have a lot more people, other creators who will also share their input. I've had a great talk with someone today. Cannot share too much yet, but we'll have someone really big on the Creators Call very soon. So a lot of cool stuff coming. Thank you guys. I need to drink some water now. And yeah, see you guys in the next Creators Call. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aladdin.
See you guys.
All right. Bye bye.